Hi everyone, this is your biology class. I'm your teacher Seema Trecha. Students, in our previous video, we discussed the concept of pollination. Two types of pollination exist in nature, self-pollination and cross-pollination. In this video, we are going to discuss the adaptations in plants which favors self-pollination. In our next video, we will discuss the adaptation in plants for cross-pollination. So here we are going to discuss the adaptations in plants for self-pollination. The first adaptation we observe in self-pollinating plant, that is homogamy. What is homogamy? Maturation of male and female sex organs takes place at the same time. Maturation of male and female sex organs takes place at same time. That is, there is synchrony between the pollen release and receptivity of stigma. अंदर से pollen grain जिस समय रिलीज होते हैं मैच्योर होकर, उसी समय कार्पल का स्टिग्मा या कार्पल भी मैच्योर हो जाएगा और स्टिग्मा रिसेप्टिव हो जाएगा और pollen grain को रिसीव करेगा. This is called homogamy. The next condition which we observe in plants which are self-pollinating, that is the presence of Christogamy. What is Christogamy? We can say flowers are closed type. Or we can say that sex organs enclosed in a flower. Sex organs, that is anther and carpel, enclosed within the flower. If I draw this structure, it is like that. These are the petals present on the thalamus. In the center, there is like carpel, stigma, style and ovary. And along with this, there is present anther. And filament constitute the stamen. So stamen, male reproductive part, and carpel present in the center, that is female reproductive part. They are enclosed within the flower. These are the petals. So flower enclose the sex organs inside it. Represents the clistogamous condition. Flowers are closed type. So it promotes the self-pollination. Pollen grain from this anther easily come into contact with the stigma when they mature. So clistogamous flower favors the self-pollination. There are 3 plants. The name of the plants are oxalis. Second plant is viola. And third plant is Commelina. In all these 3 types of flowers, in all these 3 types of plants, 2 types of flowers are present. इन तीनों प्लांट्स कैटेगरी में ऑक्सालिस, वियोला और कॉमेलाइना में 2 तरह के फ्लावर्स हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. फर्स्ट टाइप इज क्लिस्टोगैमस टाइप Clistogamous type of flower. That is, the flowers are closed type, which favors the self-pollination. And second type of flower we observe in these plants, that is Chesmogamous type, in which flowers remains open and their anther and stigma are exposed, which favors the cross-pollination. So two types of flower we can observe in all these three plants, Oxalis, Viola and Commelina. Next condition which favors self-pollination is the Geocarpi. That is Geocarpi. We can see Geocarpi in case of Achis hypogaea. Is also known as groundnut. What type of fruit is present in the groundnut? This is the structure of groundnut. One seed is present in a compartment. The type of flower is cone shape. In case of groundnut, in the center, ovary, style and stigma are present there. Onothelmus carpal is present. What happens? All of a sudden, the length of the pedicel goes on increasing. This is the pedicel stalk of the flower. इसकी length बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाती है. It bend over and the flower touches the ground. And at the tip of the pedicel, what is there? Ovary is there. Ovary से fruit की formation होती है. तो after fertilization, ovary से जो fruit बनता है underground इसकी formation होती है. So Geocarpi में क्या होता है? That is, it favors the self pollination. क्योंकि ऑन मैचुरेशन फ्लावर्स ग्राउंड को टच करता है और सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन को प्रमोट करता है. नेक्स्ट वी ऑब्जर्व सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन इन केस ऑफ मिराबिलिस जेलेपा. मिराबिलिस जेलेपा. What we observe in case of Mirabilis jalapa, anthers bends on the stigma on maturity. Anthers bends on the stigma on maturity and favors self-pollination. Next, we observe self-pollination in case of Vinca Rosia. What we observe in case of Vinca Rosia, flower is narrow and funnel shaped. Narrow and funnel shaped flower is present. I will draw the diagram of Vinca Rosia here. It is funnel shaped flower. That is, keep like flower is there. It's like that. And inside this In the center, carpel is present and the stamens are present like this. And when the pollen grains are released, they directly fall on the stigma, which favors self-pollination. Next, we can observe self-pollination in case of Solanum tuberosum, that is potato. Solanum tuberosum, that is potato. What we observe here, style is long and stigma is also elongated. Stigma is also elongated. What we find there, that is coiling of stigma around the anther takes place. Coiling of stigma around anther takes place, which favors self-pollination. How it takes place? These are the anther lobes and filament represents the stamen, and on this stamen coiling of style and stigma takes place. So anther released pollen grain directly on the stigma, which favors the self-pollination. So these are the following devices in the plants in which self-pollination takes place. What is self-pollination? That is transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma is known as the self-pollination. In our next video, we will discuss the adaptations in the plants which favors cross-pollination. This is all about in this video. I think the concept is very much clear to you all. Thank you so much.